And perfect. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Welcome in, everyone. Have a good afternoon. Happy Sunday. I know it's been a little bit. I do apologize for being gone for a bit, but just having some personal stuff going on, stuff like that. It's been a little bit harder recently to stream, but either way, with that aside and dealt with, we are, as you can probably see, taking out a new truck today. And this is definitely a big shout out and W for Blue Balls 95. Probably seen him, buddy of mine. He actually went and got a gift card and basically sent it to me and was like, "Go buy this truck." It's like, okay. So we now have a new truck that we get to take, and honestly, it's a pretty nice truck. Like, I can't really complain at all. Um, Here, before we get too far, let's just actually jump in here. And then so you can like you probably see the truck I'm talking about. But yeah, this is a new truck we've got. I do have our first long haul already hooked up, ready to go, so we just have to hit the road. So I'm not too worried about that. Um, but yeah, this is Pisters 389X, and well, I'm not quite sure if he's got labeled as a 389X, but it is Pisters 389. And I've had a couple days now to go through and do a little bit of different builds, see what there is for options. Um, Today we're taking out the big 72-inch cab as opposed to just a normal flat top like I would usually do. But yeah, it's just the one I happened to been driving when I fired the game back up. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. We'll go with it. It works out. It gives me a chance. Like, I can go through and show off some of the lights and stuff. Um, yes, I will get the elephant in the room out of the way first. Yes, it is pink. I have been playing around with colors again. And this is basically the same color as the limited one that I got in Euro Truck, like the darker pink, like the maroon, like burgundy, kind of like the darker one. This is that color. I just took it and brought the scales up a little bit, lightened it up a little bit. Um, Got playing around with a couple different other colors, so you'll probably notice there is actually, like, the metallic is teal, right? Um, as opposed to just being pink or white or Tomato, welcome in. Good afternoon. How's it going? God, it's just I was going over a truck. I was about to actually jump in and show off some of the lights. I'm not doing too bad. Can't really complain. Got a new truck to go for a long haul in, so. But yeah, like, and then when you get to the lights themselves, compared to some of the other trucks I've had that have had colored lights and other stuff, like the lights on this one actually do pop out a bit. You can actually see them, even like middle of the day, like high noon. You'll still be able to see them. Everything else, whereas like some of the colored lights on the like the hater built or the res built, it's some of them do okay, but like you get them in like daytime and you can't see the lights worth crap and anything. But this one, because I do have a couple different versions of this truck. Like I've got this one, I've got a couple flat top sleepers, short one, long one, different colored lights. And so far, I can't really complain. They've all actually showed up during the day and like they actually pop out. And lights wise, I must say I am very impressed. And then even with the taillights, everything else, um, the options on this thing are ridiculous. Um, Zoom in a little bit here. You can see them there on the side. Got lollipops down sitting on the, or I guess they would be. That's more of a watermelon than a lollipop, but um, for signals, everything, watermelons on the front, like. But yeah, he basically sent me the gift card and was like, "Here, go buy this, download all this. We're gonna go for a drive." I was like, "Okay." And then yeah, I got in. I started taking a look at it. Right, customize it when you buy it, and holy crap! I was first looking at some of the options. I was like, "Okay, we're just gonna do a little bit of a basic build for now till I can actually get into it." Because yeah, there's lots of different ways, lots of different combinations you can do with this thing. Like, and I think the only somewhat complaint I've had is I don't have a painted front bumper. That's it. You put a painted front bumper on this thing, perfect. Like, and then even when it comes to like the interior, you can have match everything and like shifter options, you got freaking matte options, you got shifter plates. Um, I guess like I literally could probably sit here and go through this whole thing. Watermelons up top, DPSs in multiple spots. Like there's so much stuff. But I will keep on yapping here in a second. We're gonna hit the road. I'm gonna shut up for a second here and let everyone actually like listen to this thing. Hopefully the audio on the game is pretty good. So we're gonna get started here. And then, yeah, for a couple minutes here, I'm gonna mute my mic and let everyone listen to the motor as we get going. And once we're up and going a bit, jump back in and keep talking. Okay. Oh, he's back. Yeah, no, like I say, like, that's a pretty good sound to it. Um, I think that's partially, in fact, due to that I'm running a 900 horsepower Detroit, which I know for some people might be a little weird. It's like, what? They're like, I don't think I've seen you run Detroit ever in anything. And it's true. Usually I don't. Most of my trucks are Cats, or my Pro Star is usually Cummins. But yeah, I went looking through the list when I was building this, and I was like, you know, there we go. Hope you get into gear. Um, I was sitting there and I was looking through the list, and like, the amount of motors and stuff, like motors, transmissions for this thing is ridiculous. Like when I said like there's so many combinations you could do, like I'm not even talking like just looks wise. Like between looks, motor, transmission, like there is definitely lots of stuff to do. And then also thanks to jumping in, joining the Discord server, because I bought the truck. That gave me access to like the HIDs and stuff like that. Um, got buddy to send, he sent them over to me first, and he's like, yeah, like, go join Discord, and there should be more stuff in there. I was like, okay, cool. I went looking, I joined the Discord, and I joined the server, and I was looking at the size of the server, and then I looked at mine, and I was like, holy crap. My server looks like freaking nothing compared to this. Like, the amount of different channels and stuff, like, freaking ridiculous. But it's freaking awesome. Like, it's definitely really nice to see they got a nice, good server and everything going, especially for having this nice of a truck. That go. Alright, well, let's hope we don't find any curves that are too bad, because I know driving through some parts of this, some of these curves have been a bit sharp. Like, don't get me wrong, like, nothing like frickin' like Euro truck curves and corners, but I was gonna swap views there for a second, but I'm like, hang on. Okay, oh, there we go. Feel like we're doing 50 and 65, because why? I know, I definitely, like, I know I need to go through, like, there's definitely some more stuff I need to get looking into, like more of the motors and such, and, you know, see what else is there. Freaking little table I set up. Friggin' thing. Oh, oh. In our lane here. Yeah, like I said, like we're in Detroit right now. I know the list had a crap load of other motors, so it's not just these. And then of course you want to go through, see what some of the sounds are like, because this one should actually have some good engine sounds to it. I mean, I know it does. Like the for being for being in Detroit, it sounds pretty good. I like it, and it's got the power to keep up with most of the stuff that I do, and like can't really complain about that. There we go. And then like, yeah, like I was saying, like you get all the options for the outside. Motors, transmissions, everything. And then you also get interiors. So, like I was saying earlier, like paint dashboard, it's got a whole bunch of like wind dashboards, other stuff like that too. Right? If you don't want to have a painted dashboard, you can change the color of your radio. A little clock I have there on the dash, you can change from analog to digital. The shifter is an add-on, well, like add in, I guess I could say. Steering wheel, the mats, the clipboard, they were options. Got an option on basically any color for your CB radio. Same with the interior lights. I definitely have to say, out of a lot of truck mods that I've seen and used, this is probably definitely the best one. But that does also come with the fact that this one is actually paid mod, whereas most of the other ones that I have, pretty much all the other ones I have, are free mods. So it definitely explains a bit of a difference. But, you know, other than a couple, maybe a little color things, I have absolutely no complaints about this thing whatsoever. This thing is a really nice truck. Definitely good friggin' like Peterbilt, like good bones basis for the truck, and then you add all the options on top of it. It's definitely probably the best truck mod I have used to date. But like I said, since most of them and all of them have been free, it doesn't take much. Especially once you start getting into the paid world. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to mute there for a second. I had friggin' coughing fit. Oh, I'm so happy. Like I've said before, I can just hit the button on top on the side of my mic and mute. Makes it so much easier. Because yeah, my old mic, I literally would have to like um shift tab the game to get like extra little thing to pop up, and then I could go like up to my OBS, and then I could mute it from there, and it's like by the time I friggin' do all that, like I'd already be friggin' hacking, so there's no point. But yeah, the new one, it's just a little button right on the side, and it's just whoop, muted, and then just push it again, you're good to go. Definitely has made life in that sense a little bit easier. I want to say we're probably gonna have a few people turn. That's why we're going slow, aren't we? I thought so. And no, American Truck definitely doesn't have some of the curves and stuff like Euro Truck does. But there is definitely some spots, some curves that's like, okay, that's a little sharp. And I definitely find them being around like Utah area, kind of, right, like Colorado, Utah. But since I'm pretty sure those states are closer to the mountains, I'm pretty sure that makes sense. Because like even here where I am, like we do have mountains. That's just they're a little bit west of us still. But I want to say probably a good few hours. Okay. Straight. I forgot I had that going. Turned my speakers down a little bit too much. I couldn't even hear it. Hoping it's going through pretty good. Yeah, since I turned my the desktop volume back up, I was like, I don't know if it is a little loud or it's off or something. Just let me know. Always make adjustments. Definitely one nice thing. I mean, yeah, I might have to pull the truck over and stop for a second, but adjustments can easily be made. I'll say it's definitely a nice thing that they've got extra lights and stuff for this. I don't know if normal lights would do so well down here. These are actually some good friggin' lights. And I don't even have my high beams on. Like I was sitting here and I was doing convoy. Friggin' easiest, I think, go by blue. Easiest way to go. We were freaking sitting near convoy and I was leading the way, and yeah, no, without even like high beams usually when you're in a convoy will light up just the entire interior of your truck from the truck behind you. We were hitting points that it wasn't even its high beams, it was its low beams. And they were lighting up like the bottom of my dash and everything. I was like, holy crap. I was like, is that your high beams? It's like, no. That's low beams. This is high beams. Turns high beams on the entire frickin' truck lights up. It's like, holy crap. Don't get me wrong. Good frickin' high beams. Don't. But I still find it amusing every time. Every time we convoy, when someone hits the high beams or we got bright lights, and it's like, how does the light manage to go from behind the trailer, behind the load, through the back wall of a truck? I mean, especially a truck like mine that has no window on the back, right? How does it go through all that and light up my entire cab? Makes no sense some days, but it is definitely amusing. Oh, I'm gonna turn the camera around. I don't know if I have to stop for the scale or not. I want to say no. My box inside doesn't have a light on it. Alright. Good enough, works for me. I'm not gonna complain about not having to stop at a scale. Yeah, now we're starting to find some curves. Yes, you could say there's one bonus to being stuck behind some traffic. Don't worry about speeding around the curves. Cause yeah, some of these you don't want to do it. Like, you get going quick enough, you get enough body roll. I mean, it definitely will not take much to set yourself on your freaking side. seeing it pick up space a little bit here. Really? I don't think we've got too many curves coming, do we? Oh, tapped it over here. Okay, and we got some more curvy spots coming. Okay, so we're gonna have freaking curves and stuff basically the entire way. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not an issue. Definitely good to know. What do we got left? 682? Well, that's not bad. Third out is 900 and some, so. Definitely put a decent little dent in already. Do I have enough? I do, but I'm gonna make a quick little stop here. I know I've got enough fuel to get there. Not too worried about it, but I want to stop, fill it up. Actually, make sure. Because, look, yeah, the amount of times I'll freaking start and they'll start going somewhere, and then next thing you know, I look down and I have like no fuel, and it's like, oh crap. Oh, I forgot to do something. And, well, a bonus test not having to be there for another 32 hours. I'm not too worried about a fuel stop. Even if it is just a small one. Oh, we'll see. Yeah, this. What else? Curb. Back curb. What's a freaking another thing I forgot to mention? Arc lights on the back of the cab. So freaking useful when it comes to trying to actually see what you're doing. Like, I swear, you know, like all the trucks I drive have to have freaking something for a work lights or like an extra reverse light. Yeah, when you're sitting there and you're looking, right? Like, and you actually have your mirrors with your reverse light, it actually pops up. Like, you get into some spots in some yards, especially at nighttime. It's like, I can't see a freaking thing at all behind me. So, yeah, that's why usually on most of my trucks, you'll see they'll have work lights of some sort, or I'll have like extra reverse lights on it. Or in the case of like the ProStar, they're just built into the back of the cab and automatically go off the beacon. Oh. Yeah, no, I gotta say, definitely from the looks, the sounds, the options, everything, definitely worth it if you're looking for a paid truck mod. And because I ended up getting the mega pack, I got the truck mod, I got a whole bunch of other stuff with it. Plus I got like 3 trailers with it. Lots of stuff to go with it. And then, yeah, I was told, like, on Discord, there's even more stuff. I was like, oh, well, I'm gonna have to go looking through that. See what I can find. So I can find stuff like my interior, gauge lights, stuff like that, and I can change those. Match everything up a bit more. That'd be great. Oh. Yeah, I guess we didn't have to go to the other scale, but we do got to go to this one. And then, completely freaking, I keep forgetting about, but, like, the sounds of everything else, too, like, like your windows opening, closing, to your freaking, like, your signal light. Right, like, the actual click of the signal. Like, I'm pretty sure, I don't think that is. Oh, yeah, let me go. Oh, thank God. Didn't really give you much of a choice. Yeah, like, compared to the way, like, most of them sound, the interior stuff, it's, you can definitely tell it's a bit more, um, compared to some of the other truck mods, it's a bit more put together. Like, it's put together better. Yeah, no, like I said, I can't really find any complaints on the truck or anything. So, I'm just gonna sit back, relax, and enjoy the drive. And try and make sure we don't tip ourselves over. Almost gotta do that. Starting at the start of stream. Put a prediction out or something. It's like, are we gonna put truck on its side today? Yes or no? The goal of most days is not to put a truck on its side. But if we put a truck on its side, we put a truck on its side. Like, it happens. I'm not too worried about it. And I must say, definitely with the curves, traffic and everything, it's a good thing they gave us till freaking like Tuesday to get it there. Holy crap. We were doing pretty decent. And then we started hitting curves and stuff, and speed is just gone. And then start getting up to speed, and then you catch the next group. Oh no, that's a sharp break coming up. Nope. Never mind. Do-do-do. Here. Good, good. Okay. Keep going here. Okay. Definitely early enough in the day. You don't need headlights. Cut those off. That was another thing I was not expecting to find either when I put the Detroit in here. I did not expect it to actually have a little bit of a sound for a two-step. But the fact that it does is kind of amusing. But it definitely is also a good way to make sure you remember to shift, because you're going and you hear it start two-step and it's like, oh crap, I need to shift up. And it's got like pretty decent RPM range on it too. Like this thing has no issues revving up to like 25. Oh, here's down the road here. Right, like oh, come on. Okay, it's not quite 25. We start hitting 24 and we start two-stepping. Okay. Kinda worked out though, but it's right down basically at the speed we needed to be. Oh. Yeah, no, being a lot of trucks, especially like base game trucks, you can't even get to 2000 RPM. Like most of them, I guess depends on which one. I know the International specifically, like those ones you want to shift at about 1700 RPM. 17 and 12 seems to be their little sweet spot. Eats and Kenworths, being that they have access to the actual big 625 cat. They don't do Julia. Like they can go more of yeah, shift up and probably I want to say a little closer to 18, 19. And then shift down at about 15, 14 kind of thing. Haven't really tried the Volvo, even though we did actually take the new VNL out the one day. That's because that thing doesn't have a frickin' 18 speed, a frickin' 12 speed. So it's a little different with that one. Okay, easy with the curve. Damn. How aggressive are they gonna make this merge lane? Well, not too bad. A lot of times you come in, you do that little curve to come up beside it, and then the frickin' it's like almost a 90 right at the bottom of it. Feels like you turn super sharp. We have oh, that's not bad. Not doing too bad at all. Our actual real-time ETA. 26 minutes? That's not bad. Must say, I do definitely love the fact that I have that. I brought it up before, in case anyone new was wondering. Basically, it's one of the pages I have, like one of the designs for Sim Dashboard I have. But it's a whole frickin' just information layout. So it gives me cargo, my destination, game time, how far it is, time remaining, whole bunch of stuff. Fuel, rest, damage, all the indicators, oil temp, oil pressure. But it also gives me like a real-time ETA and a real-time clock, so I can see what time it actually is without having to try and, well, find the time on something else, right? And then having real-time ETA. Something tells me I just missed a turn. Yep, I did. They wanted us to go up and over here. That's okay. That's an easy fix. We can just turn around for that. We're gonna over real quick here. How much freaking traffic is there? Oh, okay. I was about to be like, what the crap, man? You know, let's hope SCS didn't pull a sneaky. Put an invisible wall in. That's getting shut off. No wall? Perfect! That's better. As soon as I saw us go from like 500 to over 600 miles, I was like, no, I have a feeling we missed something. Although, luckily, unlike Euro Truck Sim, we have the ability to stop most times and be like, shit, I missed my turn. I need to turn around. Good thing there's a median. Because, yeah, if you tried to do that in Euro Truck, it just would not work. They got really good at making it so you have nowhere to be able to just turn around. But, yeah. Also gives us opportunity. I want to take a little stop here real quick. Yeah. Good. Line up here. Over at the truck dealership. Wait for a second. I want to quickly adjust this here. That's here. Okay, yeah, I thought so. Okay. Take this, bring this down just a bit. Oh, that should be a little bit better. Now, hopefully. It'll be a little bit, should be hopefully a tiny bit quieter. It's not overpowering or anything. Hopefully. Also, nice. What? There you go. 1 second here. Okay. We're gonna do this real quick. Little tip for anyone buying ATS or ETS. This works even in convoys. I have tried this and it has worked. If you are basically just sitting on the side of the road like I am, and you don't want your remaining time to go down, like if you're sitting there waiting for something, hit your escape, come out to the menu, and sit here like this, and your remaining time will just stop. And this works even in convoys. So, just so everyone knows, because I know the one day me and Blue were sitting there and had to go run his dog out or something, right? So we were sitting there, parked for a minute, for a little bit. We got back. I had hit my escape button, so I was sitting on the menu like this, and he left his in the truck, right? Because we were basically just sitting there, hazards on, right? Like, but he stayed in the truck, and when he came back, his time remaining on the job, had dropped down to basically nothing, so he ended up getting a late for it. But apparently, since I had hit escape and gone to the menu, it actually had like paused my time. We go back in, he had like an hour or two something left to get there, and I still had like 4 or 5 hours to get there, and it's like, what the? And then I told him the one day, the next time we convoyed, I was like, hit your escape, go to our menu. Like, if you sit there, you should be fine. Because, yeah, if you're in the truck, time will just keep going. But when you're in the menu, and apparently, like I said, it works in the convoy, so, but it'll just pause your remaining time, which, and nice. But yeah, I had a text from my mom and other stuff, and apparently I've got someone that might be showing up for a box of pots, and it's like, oh, okay, are they all on the actual same box, or? Oh, I'm gonna flip scene real quick, and we'll be right back. I'm gonna go just quickly double check, make sure, and then I'm gonna throw those in front edition, basically just have them there and have them ready. So we'll be back in just a second. Okay. Alright, that is back. Sorry about that, everyone. Went looking from the box, like, okay, cool, it's got all that. It's like, oh, hang on a minute. There's something extra in here. Forget to. And it's like, no, there's something extra. Crap. So friggin' text phone's like, hey, is this supposed to be going with it and everything else? Like, this isn't actually like in the picture or anything. It's like, yeah, no, that's going to. So everything's all in the same box. Like, okay. Got that freaking pulled out and set aside and good to go. And it's like, damn it. Definitely hoping it would have been a little quicker, but oh well. What do you do, right? But either way, we got that done. I have no idea when this chick is apparently supposed to be showing up. So I might have to do another little BRB, or hopefully maybe it'll line up with our break time or something. Not too sure. Kind of just going by ear at the moment. But either way, let's jump ourselves back in, hit the road. We're under 500 miles left, so we're doing pretty good. Hmm. And we can shut those off. Early. Let's drop that down a stage. Right, good to have her coffee. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Apparently, I should have freaking taken that time when I was on the BRB, and I should have heated up my coffee. Well, damn. That's great. We're at light. I'm gonna say, screw this. I'm gonna go throw this in the microwave real quick. 1 sec. Okay, there we go. Much better. Oh. Oh. Dude, you don't need to go that wide with a frac tank. Like, just finish your turn. Like, if I can take a stretched out truck and I can turn sharper than that, you can make that corner with a frac tank. $80. Oh. We actually gonna want to do 80 for some of these? Probably not. Get to 80? Yes, that's not really an issue. Getting to 80 isn't the issue. It's a matter of, do we want to sit here and actually hold 80 and try and hold it through the curves? I know that's not going to be nice in some spots. Especially once you start adding bumps and the curves and stuff. Yeah, it's not always a fun thing you want to be sitting here holding. 400. Good, good. Drop this down. Set that there. Oh, this. Right away. Just hold there for a second. Maybe? Okay. Oops. Yeah. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you do not text and drive. No, I kept it on the wheels for that one. That's good. Yeah. Uh, oh. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oop, 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 oop. Wasn't even intending to move over to this lane, but I guess we're moving over to this lane. Just trying to put my phone back in the holder. Like, hey, in the holder. There we go. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. And again, just like that, we basically dropped 100 miles. Oh, oh, too far. Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Back in the lane. Goddamn. You're gonna pull me into the freaking. Oh. I had a feeling. It's just another, like, tiny little scale. Now what are we in at? 42.5? Bad. Oh. Sneaking right behind him. Hey. Down a little bit here. Okay, I'll let off. Let's not race the car. Even though it's kind of amusing that friggin' loaded trailer and I'm keeping up with cars. Okay. Figured as much. You need to get off. A break. Two. Here. There we go. Oh, you're turning. Perfect. I was just about to go around you, but that works. Why is he breaking? Oh, now we can get out of everyone else's way. Hit the cruise, take a sip of coffee, and then we can just relax. Yeah, so much better. I hate that. Like, oh my god. Also, it's friggin' really nice to have normal friggin' creamer again. And I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say any of this. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything, but just the coffee creamer and stuff. Most people know it the International Delight, right? Like normal coffee creamer. Um, my mom wanted to make it home, so we're not buying quite as much of it. Which I mean, don't get me wrong, I get, absolutely, I get it. Save money, everything, because well, it's just ridiculous. But and like I definitely do appreciate like the effort she tried to put in for it to try and get it close to everything else, but it wasn't didn't really taste that good. Anything else, and like if I forgot to take my coffee cup out, basically almost like right after I was done my coffee, like some of the crap I left is like, that's gross. Like worse than the normal like International Delight. Oh shit, too busy yapping. Didn't realize we needed a turn. Oh, not that far. for this far. I mean, like I said, like, I'm not trying to be a dick or anything. I absolutely appreciate the effort, but it is just so nice to have normal freaking coffee creamer again and actually have coffee that tastes good again. Like, so nice. Pretty much found out we had normal coffee creamer again. They picked some up at the store, and I was like, look, yeah, I was like, oh, the first thing I did was had a freaking cup of coffee. Because the other creamer, I was like, I was hitting the point, like, do I even really want a cup of coffee? And like, the screwed up part is, like, for me, hearing me say that is kind of like a, what the fuck? Are you sick? Like, me not having coffee, like, it doesn't happen very often. So, but like I said, I do absolutely appreciate the effort and everything she went through for it, put in to make it. Everything else, like, I do love my mom. I'm not, some complete asshole, but some things, it's probably better to just stay with the store-bought. And just like that, a little bit of yapping and stuff, and we're under 200 miles now. We're almost there. We had section was 40? That's not bad. We got 10 minutes. You know, that actually could work out pretty decently. For anyone, for everyone that knows around here at least, usually we hit about the 2 hour mark-ish, and I'll do a break time, let everyone get up and get out of the chair and get moving. So we'll probably do ours right after we're done this run. We'll do a break time, and I'll sneak out for a quick smoke and hoot, the usual. And then we'll come back in, we'll grab another trailer, we'll keep going. Because, well, after not being here for a bit and the last couple streams being short streams, especially. Ooh, are you breaking the watch? Jesus, man. Because, yeah, the last couple streams, like, the longer of the two, I think, was maybe as long as oh, pardon me, we've gone so far today alone. And, well, I'm feeling a bit better today. I've got a little bit of energy today, so I am definitely up to keep going. And we might even switch over to... That would be another thing we could do. Switch over and do some Euro Truck, too. I know there's some map stuff there that we still need to explore. And other stuff like that. So maybe we might switch over. See how feeling kind of thing. Although it'll probably end up actually going to Hull. Just because, well, that... Hey, freaking... Freaking is it? Okay. I guess, yeah, it's probably about that time. Comes home, that means... If someone does show up for the pots and stuff, she can deal with them. I don't have to worry about it. And what are we at? 8 minutes ETA-ish. Not bad. Okay. Hey, how bad is this curve gonna be? $35? $55? Well, that's not bad. Okay, we're good. Definitely some roll to it. Ugh. Oh, there's definitely one thing I do like about these trucks too. They're being with them being a little bit lower. The center of gravity is definitely a little bit lower. It makes it a little bit harder to tip. And then you get the European ones, and they just freaking, oh my god, they're so top heavy. Beat the curve coming. I'm like, I don't really trust the curve. I don't really want to go much faster than 50. No, 45. Okay, so it shouldn't be horrible. How was it? Drop down tree. Okay, hit that so we can. Hi. Right here I can actually. Oh. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but well, this one doesn't look horrible. Maybe we can hold 65? I'd say 50. Okay, so that's not quite as bad. Definitely a little bit quick through there. But we made it. We're good. Grab some speed a little bit here. Don't want to get too much. Because, oh, we're in an area of the map that's just all freaking curves. Forward. 8 miles left. 3-minute ETA-ish. 3-4 minutes. Bad. We're gonna be probably a minute or two behind the boat where I figured. But there's one thing about them saying, like, I mean, the ETA in real time is it's an ETA, right? An estimated time of arrival. It's not like an exact time of arrival. So I can't get mad at the ETA for that. It's just doing its thing. And it's been doing pretty good. Like, it's, for the most part, pretty freaking accurate. Don't you dare make me go to the freaking scale. I don't have to go to the scale. Oh, thank God. Just be like, my route doesn't even go that way. If my route went that way, okay, fine. We are good. We don't switch the pace here. Oh. That might have been even a little too wide, even for me. Which hands on, because I usually do have to take these wider than most, because, well, stretch truck, right? So. But yeah, no, I've definitely had some corners if, like, I definitely could have gotten away with going a little bit sharper than I did. Like, big stretched out truck and everything can still actually turn not too bad. Like, don't get me wrong, some days backing into spot, you can definitely tell I'm fighting with the fact of I drive a stretched truck. That many times I'll have to back in or make adjustments sometimes. But for the most part, like, going a little bit wider on turns, that's not really a big deal. I find the length doesn't really matter too much. Oh, fuck me, there's traffic, sir. Um, Depending on how you do it, and I guess kind of what trailer you have too, like that will make a difference. Anyway, just because the way some trailers track. Right? The way they track behind the truck, and you know, if you're stretched out a little bit more, it does make it a little bit more of a pain. But for the most part, I find, um, especially if you're doing like a right turn on like a T intersection, kind of like we did, um, I find if you aim for about the middle, so about here, like if I just turned right and I came onto the road, like if it's a 2-lane going this way, like straight, aim for about the middle, and then bring yourself in, and that should give your trailer enough room. A little hard to explain when I'm not going right, so I can't just. Oh yeah. Oh, shit. We're here already. I had a feeling we were in Wyoming. I didn't think we were in Jackson already. Yeah, no, like I said, like even during the day, you can still see the lights. You can see what color they are. My hater built, especially like my version of Optimus with all the blue lights. But never do this. You would never be able to see a single one of those lights other than the physical housing. Basically, like if you know how you can see the actual light itself? This is basically what my Peterbilt would look like the Haterbilt, with the lights on during the day. And then there's this thing. Like, yeah. Oh, hang on, getting a phone call. 1 second. Okay. Alright. Sorry about that. Got a phone call, figuring stuff out. Kind of I'm about to hit that forklift. Okay. Kind of worked out to be a good thing. We're doing a break time pretty quick here. Once we drop our trailer. Apparently, this chick is on her way for the pots. I was like, okay. Nothing wrong with that. Mom's taking off, so it's like, alright. So I gotta be here paying attention. Then should hopefully be here momentarily-ish. So we're gonna quickly throw this in the spot here. Put it in the other truck. Hopefully. This is one of those moments, like I was saying, you can tell I'm fighting with a stretch truck. Gonna drop that axle back there. And hopefully make it a little bit easier. Quick look here, no one here. Okay. That's the worst part. It's like, I'm kind of scared she's gonna end up showing up right as I'm trying to get this in a spot. And then I gotta stop right in the middle of it, and it's like, I don't want to stop. So, what we're gonna do, we're gonna push this guy in a bit. Oh. Freaking trees. Can't flee. Okay. That's better. That looks like a better angle. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Let's check. No? Nothing here yet? Okay. Trailer damage? Excuse me. Probably rolled into it, didn't I? That's okay. Alright. Get this dropped. This done. And then, yeah, I'm gonna pull out from under the trailer. We'll flip our scene over. Turn the music back up for everyone. And, we'll be back when we are done our break. It kind of works out. I lined this up pretty good time-wise. Take this quick little opportunity here. Pull out. Plane. So for anyone new around here, usually when we hit the hour and a half to 2 hour, 2.5 hour mark, sometime in there, I do like to take a little break time. Gives me a chance to sneak out for a quick smoke and other such. But I do it mainly more for everyone else. Right? Because I know a lot of people are like me and we prefer to sit at our PCs when we're watching streams. Right? Because able to type on the keyboard, chat's nicer, like a whole bunch of reasons. So for people that are like me, I'd like to give people a chance to be able to get up, move around. So if you need to go get a drink or something to eat, perfect time for it. If you want to go for a smoke or a toke, if you're a smoker or a stoner like I am, perfect time for it. Perfect time for bathroom breaks. This usually would be when I would run an ad if I did run ads. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna turn some music back up. We'll see everyone soon. Alright, Vanna is back. That took a little long. I was not expecting that. But did show up. Husband came up, got the box, pots and everything, so that's all good to go. That's done, dealt with. We don't gotta worry about that. So means we can just sit here, relax, and focus on some driving. Okay, let's get in. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Alright, jump ourselves back in here. And I guess the only thing really to do is see what we got. Long one back to Texas. Almost. Yeah, could work. We could keep going back up. I'm thinking we'll go a little bit shorter for our second trip. Yeah, great. I'm good with some moving containers. It's a decent little trip. Not that far to go pick it up. Yeah, we'll head over. Also, one thing I was going to bring up earlier. I'm not sure if anyone can see it. You probably best see it right here. But I actually, if you look down at the corner there, I've got a little IFTA sticker for Alberta. Both sides. Little Easter egg, I guess you could say. Just in case anyone's curious as to, where I'm from, stuff like that. A nice little Easter egg in there and be like, hey, right here. Definitely a little bit of a venture just to get over to a different yard. Okay. Another raid. I mean, this kind of works out. I can give an example of what I was talking about earlier. Figure out who's going here. There. Okay, so I'll let them go. I suppose a gear would help. And a stretch truck, turning right. And you got the tow lane. Usually I aim for like here. And then I come in when I have a trailer. And I'm doing that whether it be stretch truck, not so stretch truck. Find I do that just kind of regardless. And I usually very rarely, unless it's like a super tight little right turn. Oop, 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 oop. Yeah, I just realized that. Just about drove right by it completely. That would have been bad. Thank you to these guys for letting me go. And yeah, I don't think we're quite getting turned around here. So, I'll just... High reverse. Oh, Great Market. And drive camp. Yeah. Probably been able to notice, but I'm not very much a fan of split axles. The spread axle, I just no, not for me. Give me a tandem any day of the week. I will rock a tandem all day long. I will even take tridems over a freaking split axle, spread axle. Like, no. Because even with a tridem, going back, I reverse. um, but even with a tridem compared to a spread axle, like you can actually like pivot a tri in tandems, whereas a spread axle you can't really just pivot. Like it doesn't really pivot on itself, kind of thing. Or we got too far. Up a little bit. And I've noticed they've either fixed their clutch or something, because clutch has definitely not been fighting me anywhere near as much as it was recently. Yeah. This way, while we're doing that, I gotta view this. We're gonna hit that. Back axle just picks straight up off the ground. It's definitely something we don't need for a 4,000-pound moving container. And say, why are you sitting here? Are you waiting on? Oh, you're waiting on traffic. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Aim basically for like middle lane, middle of the road. And look in the right mirror, and we're like perfectly on the line, no curb. And I find if I do that, test truck, normal truck, no matter. You do that and you should have no issues. Also, while we're sitting here, stuff felt a little off. So it's like, let's put this where it should be. Down a little bit. Okay, no, I'm not too worried about this then. Works. Wood's enough. Oops. Now reverse first. Actually, hang on. Just because I want to be able to see what gear I'm in. and of course we gotta merge. Quick flash of the four-ways, say thank you. Okay. Go. Definitely been one thing after playing. Oh, that's gonna curb. That's okay. That's what the traffic circles are made for there. That's why that part's lower than the rest of it. But yeah, definitely after playing Euro Truck, it's like you take a little bit more care at the traffic circles, because you can definitely screw yourself up pretty good. And like, yeah, we have the total road feature now, but when we didn't, like, if you screwed yourself on a traffic circle, like, you almost screwed yourself on a run entirely. But that's also because I've noticed, when it comes to how long you get to do the job in Euro Truck as opposed to American Truck, is definitely a little bit different. Like Euro Truck, you don't get as much time, like as much extra time. Like usually if you're lucky, you can do most jobs and you'll get there and you'll have like an hour left of time kind of thing. Whereas American Truck, even for some of the shorter jobs, like I have had short jobs not give me that much time, yes, but for the most part you get an alright length job. And of course, um it'll give you lots of time. Sorry, my brain lost the thought for a second there. But yeah, like for the most part, American Truxton, they give you lots of time to complete the job, everything else. The Euro Truck, not quite as much. Like I definitely can like attest to that due to the fact of I have a mod on Euro Truck for we're gonna go up and go in the other way. I think that's the way I'm supposed to go. See with this truck here? A little bit wide. Okay, we're good. Man, I have a mod in Euro Truck to make the jobs longer, give you more time to deliver. Because I was just constantly finding I would, oh, excuse me. I would start a job and then, like, I'd get pretty much there and it'd be like, oh, customer expects a delivery very soon. It's like, what? Like, I barely frickin' gone anywhere. Whereas this, like, you actually can do most of a trip before it does it. I mean, like, the trip we're doing right now kind of doesn't help what I'm saying due to the fact of it is a long trip, so it's going to be like, hey, we're going to give you this much time to account for the fact that you're probably going to have to sleep and stuff like that. But Euro Truck, not so much. Yeah, no, that's definitely one thing we're gonna have to. Oh, we made it into Idaho. We're gonna have to jump into Euro Truck at some point. We do have to finish off the new parts of the map that we got from the DLC, and then, you know, other stuff, right? Of course, I'm always looking for mods and stuff for it. That's how I found, like, the sound mods for the Scania and the Volvo, and I'm pretty sure since we took the Scania last time with the new open pipe sound, um, next time we'll probably take the Volvo. Because in my personal opinion, like, the Scania does sound good, yes, but I personally like the Volvo more, which is something I still find a little weird to say, being that this is what I'm used to. Like, big friggin' stretched out Pete, like this is like the truck I am at home in kind of thing. So for me to actually like enjoy driving a Volvo, something like that, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love driving my internationals, I do. But for me, it's just you can't really beat a long nose Pete. Like, I know a lot of people will say it's like, well, Kenworth. It's like, yeah, but here's a counterpoint. Both Peterbilt and Kenworth are owned by PACCAR. They're the same company. They just sell two different style trucks. Two different brands of trucks. That's really it. They're built in the same place. Like, you'd probably get a little bit of hate for that one, but you know what? That's okay. Yeah, no, freaking Kenworth and Peterbilt both are owned by PACCAR, and it's like, yeah. And for years, PACCAR has basically just kept pumping them both out. Kept a little bit of what they would call like a sibling rivalry going between the Peterbilt and the Kenworth. So, yeah, it might have a different badge and stuff, but really underneath it's all the same. But, I mean, you can say that with a lot of trucks. Like, take the ProStar, the International ProStar, the LT, right? Like, especially, like, maybe not so much with the real trucks, but especially like mod trucks in ATS. Like, my ProStar basically just has it's the same body as the LT. It's just like different hood and such, right? A little bit of a different look. That's about it. Other than that, it was modeled off an LT. And even when you look at the real life trucks, that's kind of the way they did it. They went from the ProStar, and then they brought out the LT as kind of a replacement for the ProStar. Let's go that off so we can get a little bit of speed going here. Oh, get over. A little bit over on that one, but that's okay. At least my trailer shouldn't be in the other lane. That's all I'm really concerned about. Right, hit the highway again. Worst part is I don't want to turn and look at the other light, because I know as soon as I actually turn and look at the light, it's gonna turn. I really do love having that freaking the watermelon on the light on the mirrors for the signal. It freaking right, like that's the thing is like it's not always the big things. Like it's just the little things. Something as simple as just putting a watermelon. Oh, sorry, my head's in the way. Something as simple as putting a watermelon underneath the mirror. It's just such a nice addition. Especially when you have some configurations that you don't actually have a signal light on your front bumper. Having that extra signal on the mirror is helpful. And yes, there is absolutely truck builds that have. See, like I said, you'll know you have to upshift when you start two-stepping. Um, uh, where? Damn it! Train of thought again. The two-step distracted me. Oh, right, that's what it was. Yes, there is absolutely truck builds that do not have signal lights down by the front bumper, like mine does. Like, that is basically just an optional extra kind of thing. So, yeah, if you don't got those, or like fender mounted signals, having an actual signal is really helpful. And then especially like if you get into convoys with other people, right? And you're behind someone, but you don't have a signal light on the front, they can still see the signal light um on your mirror. So I go over to that one. Roll down that window real quick here. Right, so like we got that one there. So someone in front of me could, looking back, easily be like, oh, hey, signal light, right? So, like, if they don't know where they're going, or like GPS went the wrong way or something, right? You can still help kind of correct, and they can actually see it. No, I guess like the amount of options and stuff in this thing is unbelievable. Definitely, if you're looking to buy it, worth it. And I mean, I can't even say anything about buying it because, well, it was technically gifted to me. Again, W's and shout out to Blueballs95. I've seen him before in chat, you know what I'm talking about. If not, he's a good buddy of mine who happened to found my Twitch one day while I was streaming, so. But, and he, we'll roll these up for a second here. Basically, a little bit of context is, after, because I'm pretty sure I explained when we went and drove up to the one city and stuff near us, got him a computer and wheel pedals, shifter setup, all that. I think we've been over that. But of course, with doing that and getting back into ATS and everything. Okay, good night. I was about to be like, where in the crap even is it? But it's up on the left. Okay. But of course, so he got back into his mods and everything else, and he ended up joining a convoy the one night with a group of guys, and I'm guessing he got the truck for that convoy. And since then, he's been talking about it, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'll definitely I'll go take a look at the price and stuff. But of course, unfortunate part about being broke is being able to afford stuff like this. Um, so he sent me a text or Snapchat or something. He got a hold of me the one day, I think like 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago now, and it's like, "What's your email again?" And I was like, "It's this." Why? He's like, "I just couldn't quite remember. I was curious." I was like, "Okay." And then next thing you know, a little bit later, he's like, "Yep, and he's like, "Yep, for a convoy in a bit." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." Because I mean, other than having to do stuff around the house, like I haven't been doing too much because busy with some other stuff, and then trying to figure out the problem with the freaking board because it's being a freaking pain again. Um, so and then yeah, I got a freaking oh, excuse me, pardon me. I got an email, and it was a freaking gift card for Pizzer modding, and I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Like you freaking guy, motherfucker!" So of course, right, I was like, "Oh shit, well thank you." Like, and he's like, "No, go grab this and everything." I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "Yeah, by the time you throw in your card, it should be about this much." And he sent me, right, X amount on the gift card. I went in and put it in the cart and sure stuff because it was on sale. And it's like, okay, go to checkout. Basically, just punch the number for the card in that I got on my email. And I friggin' bam, paid for, done. Okay, here you go. Here's basically the giant list. Because, of course, with it being like the 1 mega pack, it was the truck, skins and stuff, and a whole bunch of stuff for the truck. And then there was like 3 other trailers included. And I was like, God damn. I was out here for a good, I think it was probably 20 minutes, half hour-ish kind of thing. Getting everything downloaded and situated and set up, right? Like, download it all, put it all in the mod folder, and then go in to the game and in the mod list and actually set everything up and set it up in order and like, damn. But now that we got it set up, I mean, like, there's a crap load of stuff. Like, right now we're on the profile that I was using that only had like 3 mods on it. I was trying to find a sound issue, figure out a sound issue we were having. So I started a new profile and went with just a couple mods, and I never actually had an issue. So we knew it was a mod that was causing our sound issues. Like our sound would just completely cut out, like our motor sound when we were convoying. So I was like, okay, well, let's, make a new one. It's a clean slate. Let's figure this out, right? Like, let's see if this is base game or if this is just the mods. And I mean, yes, I know for the most part, usually it's always just the mod. That's just the way it is. But I wanted to be sure, right? So, yeah, that's the profile that we're on at the moment. I also went through and actually cleaned out my profile list and got rid of all of them. So instead of having, I had like 3 pages, I think, of profiles, and I think there were like 4 or 5 profiles a page kind of thing. And now I'm down to, I think, 4 profiles total. I've got this one that I haven't touched because it's the one me and Buddy have been convoying on because of this truck. The one profile I actually have set up with this truck. Plus, there's some stuff in some of the other profiles that's not working at the moment, like Pro Mods Canada. that needs to be updated. But for the most part, like I've got this one that this is on that I've been using the Convoy. I set up another one with just Steam only mods. So when we want a convoy with other people that, you know, probably don't have this truck or don't have some of the other, even the free ones that you can get, like the hater build and stuff, right? Like me and Buddy, yeah, we've got the programs and stuff for it. Like, 7-zip, stuff like that, that we can actually like open it and put it in the right spot. But not everyone that we know that has it does. So it's like, okay, so if we go with just Steam, it makes it nice and easy because it's literally, we can just send it through the Steam chat. Yeah, click on the mod, you go in, you click subscribe, that's it, you're done. And then you just go into the game and you just basically make sure your mod order, like the list, matches. As long as everyone matches, everything's in the same order, in the same spot, you should have no issues joining a convoy. So I set that one up for that. This one's kind of like the convoy with the mods that, you know, aren't Steam. And then I've got, I think, I've got my main profile. And then I've got the one actual, like, Ambassador Sterum profile that I was using for stream and everything. I'm in a different profile today because of the new truck, right? Once I can figure out, like, kind of compress down the list, because, like, the amount of mods that I have basically in for this thing right now is ridiculous. Like, the profile has, I think, like 26 mods on it at the moment. And I think all but 2 of them are for this truck, or came with this truck. I need to go through the list and actually, like, break it down, figure out, like, okay, what do I actually need here to be able to run the truck in another profile without having to take all, like, 24 mods and move them all at once, right? Okay. Get me wrong, I kind of like the window tint on the truck, but freaking trying to see. Man, no, I didn't quite look at what it was for the sale or anything, because, well, I guess I didn't really have to. But yeah, no, if you're looking for a paid truck mod, like, this is, like, I mean, I can't really be, like, I wouldn't take my advice too much to heart, just by the fact if I don't actually have much experience or any experience with any of the other paid mod trucks, right? Like, this would be my first paid mod truck, so, like, I don't have John Rudas, I don't have Pingas or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. Like, I am talking very highly of this truck, but this is also like my introduction kind of to a paid truck mod. That isn't just a like tuning pack DLC from SCS kind of thing. Oh, 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 shit. Stay in our lane here. Around these guys here. You keep going. Okay, you are. Good. Good, good, good. Enough of a gap to sneak in front of him, but also not cut him off. And yeah, we sit with our cruise 65 like we have been. That way traffic can just go around us. We're not speeding or anything. Good. Basically, as long as we don't find another truck in the right lane, we should be just smooth sailing. Which is kind of nice. I mean, we're only a couple 100 miles out, so it won't be too bad. Oops. Definitely was not trying to get in the other lane, but oh well, stuff happens. Yeah, I know, I do apologize. It must be kind of horrible trying to sit and watch someone just driving. It's like, I get it. I know I'm not as chaotic as a lot of other VTubers. Like, when it comes to being a VTuber, I tend to be, it tends to be quite calm around here. But that's just because I prefer a little bit more of a chill environment. Right, like, I'm not here to pick fights with anyone. I'm not here to start drama. Like, I'm here to hang out, chat with some people, do some driving. Like, if it ends up being a little calm or a little quiet, it happens. That's just the way it goes. Um, that's also one reason I went through and I got like the background music sorted and stuff, and right, like that's like one reason I wanted to do that from the start was because I know having dead air isn't a good thing, but at the same point, like there isn't horribly too much exciting happening. Like we've basically driven from, I think after this, we'll basically have driven from the bottom of the states to the top. Right, like this one went from Jackson and we're going up to here. So that's pretty much the top of the map. We started here. Like, you can definitely see how it'd be a little boring. It's definitely a bit of a drive. Like, yeah, both trips together, I think total we're at 14, I think just under 1,500 miles. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, isn't horrible. Sorry, hang on, random car outside. As far as I know, there shouldn't be anyone else coming over. I don't. Okay. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna go run and see what's up because, yeah. Okay. I'll actually switch for this one too. I'll be nice for that. Okay. 1 sec. is epic. Sorry about that. Freaking, I have no idea what that was about. Literally, I was like, what the fuck? So I went and looked by the door and stuff, and it's like, hey, no one here. Closed door. Walk down the house a little bit, like out the freaking kitchen window, and like look towards neighbors. It's like, I don't see anyone there. Go back, check out back by the truck, and it's like, no one there. What the hell? And literally, in the time it took me to basically come back up front, my room, and look again out the window. The vehicle's gone. And it's like, what? This makes no sense. So, yeah, I have no idea. Like I said, I'm not expecting anyone else. The only person we were expecting, as far as I know, is come and gone. So, like, I don't know. Right, Chris said, fuck yeah, okay. Here I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna have to, like, probably reset this, aren't I? Nope. We're freaking still in gear. We got our crew set. We are golden. But yeah, I'm thinking we'll probably finish out this run. And then I want to go through, do a little bit of a video for the YouTube, but also I want to kind of show everyone like what I've been talking about when it comes to like options for this thing. So we'll do a little build showcase sort of kind of thing, towards the end here. Whether I actually split it off for a YouTube video, I don't know. I probably won't, just because I know there is lots of videos up about Fister's 389. So I might just say screw it, but I do want to build another truck, so I'll take that opportunity, go off like the options and stuff like that. It's what all we can do, some of the other stuff we got, and then from there I think we'll probably call it for the day. I know I'm definitely not like my longest streams, but I definitely going a bit longer than we were last time, so can't complain about that. And I know I still have stuff to do and freaking other stuff around the house, and then also I can give my room a chance to cool itself down. Even though we actually have some cooler weather today, we've got rain and everything, it's still freaking hot as crap in here. I mean, like, it's not entirely a bad thing. Like, I don't have to worry about my freaking hair going anywhere. uh, yeah, I'm thinking that's probably what we'll do. We'll finish off this run. We'll build ourselves another one. Just because, well, like I said, there's more stuff I want to, of course. Where am I going? Left? Yeah, like I've got, like I said, I've got a few of these trucks already. So I've done a decent little bit of looking, but there is definitely some other stuff I want to get looking at. And well, some days I just enjoy sitting here making and building a truck. That, or I might say screw it and we might do another short run. I don't know. Part of me is like, I know I've got stuff that I need to do, my house and everything, but part part of me is like, I just want to sit here, drive, like, but that's something I will decide here in like 80-ish miles. Yeah, no, not getting too fast. Not just yet. Once you get around the curve, okay, maybe. Yeah. Also, Hammerlane. Need to be in it. That's actually hammering down. Okay, sure. But I'm just in here cruising. No, I'm not worried about it. Not to mention, we're only 20 miles out anyways. Something tells me it's not gonna be long, and then I'm gonna have to exit. Oh, I bumped both a little bit of a doozy. Definitely something else I've thought about getting for the setup too. Like a motion platform. Run to the chair and stuff. Just for the fact of when we hit bumps or we're on gravel and stuff like that, right? Like we can like actually feel it and thrown around. But at some point I would really like to take it and somewhat increase the size of it. I would like to get an actual like a real dash, but problem with that and having the gauges and everything is getting everything hooked up so it actually works. When it comes to stuff like that, I'm not good with that. Physically putting it together, that I can do. But when it comes to like wiring everything up so it works and stuff like that, no, I'm Not good with that stuff. Oh, I could probably get a dash and get it like physically put in here. But yeah, getting the switches and everything else to actually work. Probably not. At least not on my own. But I mean, like, if I did get it in here and got it all working, like that would be freaking pretty freaking cool, I would think. But I think my problem with that would be is I would have to manage to do it so I have like the whole truck set up, but also still have some of the, you know, creature comfort stuff for like streaming and right. Definitely gonna need a spot, you know, my mic will be able to sit and then like, you know, have the other stuff and then webcam for tracking and I don't know if put me on the inside wall here again, didn't you? Yep, you did. This is gonna be alright. Best way to do this. We're just gonna basically back up beside the building. That way we can get nice and close. I definitely do love the fact that there's actually a drop axle in the trailer too. Because yeah, trying to get a tandem to pivot over is a lot. Oops. Nicer than trying to get a tridem to pivot over. But this should hopefully at least give us enough leeway. The backing up shouldn't be too bad. Backing into the spot usually is a pain. Especially when you have a long truck. We're gonna sneak our way in a little bit here. And straighten out a little bit. Don't catch that pole. Yeah, no, like I said, I think they fixed their clutch problem. I can actually use my clutch to start moving and stuff. Like, and I don't just immediately stall. Okay. Yeah, good enough. Yeah. Hop back in here. Drop this. Okay. Oh, come in there. gonna be, yeah, I thought so. Okay, we're gonna be a little bit of a dink here, and we're gonna come take up some room. We'll be that dink. We're just gonna go park right out front. Oh, there we go. I was hoping to do that with a little bit more finesse, but apparently not. That works. Park over there. Lights off. That switch reset. That one reset. Truck off. Okay. And yeah, like I said, I do want to build another one. So, on dealer. Customize. And yeah, this is basically how it starts. Little sleeper, normal length truck, right? Like just basic Peterbilt. But then you go in, you've got freaking like just insane amounts of upgrades and other stuff you can do. Like if I go like low roof day cab. Right? Actually, I was kind of thinking of making a day cab. One thing I don't have, and yeah. And yeah, if we go with like say a 220 painted 6x4, and so it's still a somewhat normal sized truck. I mean, we could just go basic, like basic little 215, but personally, I would like to keep the 6x4. But like, there's, yeah, this is top like frame options upon frame options, all the way up to like a 305-inch. You can go from like a 215 all the way to the 305, anywhere in between, like. And then this is another thing, motors. Like where, if I can tilt my head a little bit this way. Pretty close to the bottom, right? Lots of motors there to pick from. The one we have. And then you go up and it just keeps freaking going. You got a whole bunch of stuff like 625 cats, 520 Cummins. This is the 900 Detroit that I've been running all day. Straight pipe 14 liter, 60 series, 3408, 6NZs, C15s. Like, it's freaking ridiculous. I don't know how much stuff is in here. And like, there's no real extra packs in here or anything for engines either. Like, this is pretty much all of the stuff that I put in with the truck. And like, big cam Cummins. But I have noticed a lot of them don't go too much above 600 horse. So that's kind of one reason I went with the Detroit I did, is one of the very few that did go over 6. And then yeah, you got freaking like start all the way at top, like you got Eden Fuller Super 250 gears, 260, 270, 280, 290, 323s, 340s, 360, like crap load of freaking rear end gear ratios to choose from. Plus you got like 9 plus 2 speed transmissions, 15 speeds. And then you get to your normal like Eaton Ultra Shift, right? 10 speed. Eaton Super 13 with whatever gears. Allison's 6-7 speed. Right, like so I've just been going basic 18 speed retarder like I usually always do. And now here's the other part. It's absolute freaking like crap load of stuff you can do with this truck. I mean, it's honestly I wouldn't even mind the truck almost as it sits. Not horribly worried about putting lights and stuff on it. Like, I am gonna go through, right, and like show it off. Decap painted, right? And then like lights, like you've got angled lights, watermelons, colored watermelons, colored penny lights, clear glass watermelons, and penny lights. Like the stuff we're running on the other truck, the pink one we were in, running the clear glass magenta watermelons for back bit in between the tires, stuff like that. Doing the penny lights for the side. Right, but like there's other stuff like it even gives you like options for hood latch, so like you can take your hood latch, make it chrome. If you don't want just a normal black plastic one. Signal lights for the fenders. Hood emblems on the side trim, fender trim. Fender flares, because you can actually do a little flare off the side. There's so much freaking crap in here. Numerous ornaments to pick from. Emblems. They go like stock one, go like paint, or you have like black one, or great. Like you can even do like in your own design. 389 or 379 grill shroud. Multiple friggin' headlights. I mean, like I'm scrolling like decently quickly, and we're halfway down. Like the amount of freaking headlight options is ridiculous. There we go. Now we're at the bottom. Right? Like you got other like basic ones, like these are the ones I have on the other truck. You also got like custom stuff like that, or painted one, like right. And then if you want, you can get rid of them, or different grill mesh, bumpers, numerous bumpers. I usually go for one with clear watermelons on it, just so I have the like the extra light here. Rolled in. There we go. That's a little bit better. But yeah, it's so much crap. Rear fenders. Take your freaking pick, like. You got freaking a whole bunch of stuff from like smooth ones to your normal hump fenders to quarter fenders, half fenders. Back wall, you can do your normal ones, put your own ones in. Oh, the bottom of the list for this one. Exhaust upon freaking exhaust. Like, there is almost stuff with this truck. And that's just the base truck. And then you add the other stuff, like the wheel pack and the light pack, and oh my god. Everybody also told me something that I had no idea you could actually do. But if you're sitting here in the shop, you can actually walk around your truck. So if you're just sitting here and you hit C, it'll switch your camera, and then you can use your WASD to walk. Hit control and you can crouch. But it basically, and then use your left and right to look like you usually would. But when you're doing stuff like frame lights, or you get a cover in the back here, I did it with the other truck, but you literally can crouch and just go up to it, and it makes putting lights in so much easier. And then when you're done, basically you just hit C again, and it goes back to the way it was. It is freaking ridiculous. No, great. I wanted to. Oh, okay. So I think maybe we will for a second. Hang on. I think doing the camera thing, moving it around, kind of screwed it a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Now my camera's back. Right, but like, kind of sitting here, it's like, do I really want to build another one though? Like, yes, but at the same point, not really. I mean, I also, the one manager here, like I said, I've got 3 of them. So the one we took today, the one I originally made, this has the actual like original color that I got from ETS. I brought that over to this profile too. And then of course, me being me, I did have to get a blue one, and it didn't stay. I did have bumper guides and stuff, but it didn't end up staying. Oh well. But this one, I kind of went with a little bit of a theme. If you recognize it, you'll recognize it, even though it is a completely different paint job. But if I can find the right skin, if they do make a skin for this truck, this basically would be my Optimus truck. Because it's same style exhaust. All the lights on this one are blue. And these ones are all actually blue to the point like you can see them during the day. So, if I can find an actual Optimus skin for the Pister 389, 379, well, 389, absolutely, this would be the truck it would be going on. Because it's already set up for Optimus. It's literally just missing the paint. So, yeah, I'm kind of basically set to go with these. First part is I put these in. I haven't really touched anything else. Like even my LT, which is kind of weird. Yeah, no, I was thinking about doing an actual build of a truck, but then I got in, was looking at options again. I was like, I don't want to sit here, especially doing lights. Like, there was. We'll use this for a second here. This is also how I've gotten some of the pictures. Like some of the pictures like that I have up on Twitter for like my go live post kind of thing. I get them by doing this. Right? Because the nice thing I can sit here, I can adjust time, everything else. Like time of day to make the light different. And then yeah, it also just gives you good control, which is nice, right, for your camera. Yeah, no, like I said, like you go through, put all the lights in, like those are all put in. Cab lights were put on. Markers on the side. All the lights down the frame on both sides. Here, the watermelon's here, the watermelon's here. This was one reason I brought up being able to walk around in the shop, because that's how I did these. It made it so much easier. You basically just come in and then like crouch down, and then you can just reach every node. If you have to, you go in a little bit more. And it puts them all closer, makes them all easier to click on. And then even for up front, right? Like there is technically a middle row there I could have put in of lights, but I was like, I don't want to go too overboard. Right? But yeah, Pisters 389. Definitely, I think probably the best truck like the best mod truck I have driven to date. But like I said, first actual paid mod truck, so that kind of makes sense. But yeah, no, if you're looking for a paid mod truck, like I said, a little biased, so don't take everything I say completely to heart. But worth it, absolutely worth it. Only complaint, like I was saying earlier, I wish I could paint the bumper. I just want a painted option for the bumper. That's it. Oh, sorry, and painted grill bars. Give me painted grill bars and a painted bumper, and I would have absolutely no complaints about this truck. Those are the only things I have any sort of complaint about. Other than that, it is freaking amazing. Like, great truck to drive, sounds great, everything. Like, other than me literally just being a picky ass bitch, like it's a freaking great truck. Absolutely worth the buy if you're looking for one. Or if you have a fucking kick ass buddy who'll just give you a gift card for it and be like, go buy this, even better. Again, shout out in W's, go to Blue Balls 95. Thank you for the truck. Because, holy crap. Like, I've tried to explore some different trucks and stuff a bit, but like, this, absolutely worth it. From options to freaking everything, like, yes, it's a bit to download and a bit to open, but once you get through it, it is so freaking worth it. But yeah, that was long haul, a little bit extra. Pisters 389. And like I said, unfortunately, I'm not going to actually build one because I don't want to have to sit here and go through all the lights and everything. Because, well, you all saw how much stuff was there. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to call it for the day. I'm going to flip us over real quick while I shut this stuff down because, well, my computer is a pain. Holy crap. What do I got going on here? Okay, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Okay. Random notification popping up. Alright. Yeah, no. Flip us over here real quick, and man, I'm a little off center. Damn. I had to do a little bit of setting adjustings in Warudo, so that's why I'm a little off center to where I usually am. My proportions might not be quite the same. Alright. Put down. It's kind of nice. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's like Steam did an update or something, but I don't actually have to go through and hit stop on it anymore. It'll actually just stop itself and do stuff properly like it should, which is kind of nice. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I don't know if it was an update or something that got fixed, but I cannot complain. And fun. This. Okay. And get rid of that for now. That can go away. Wait for a second. Okay. Alright. This going here. Thing is. She's still on. Crap, there's actually a good amount of people on today. There was, I think, 3 people on earlier when I jumped on. Yeah, well, I don't need to figure out that much. I know where we're going. Okay. That started. Right. Right out to me. Let everyone go hang out there for the rest of the day. I'll do one last little flip here. Oof. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on the drive today. Thanks for joining in. Thanks to everyone who stopped by. It is greatly appreciated. Don't forget, we are still on the road to affiliates, so follows and everything are always appreciated. Like I said, I'm gonna raid out to May. Let everyone go hang out there for the rest of the day. I have some stuff I gotta do, so I'm gonna go and get that done. We'll see everyone next time. Until then, keep it on the road. Stay up, stay going. I'll see everyone soon. Have a good one, guys.